everyone, and welcome. Today we're doing a reading on the pattern of your toxic relationships. So if you feel like you keep repeating the same pattern, finding the same types of toxic people, relationships, or experiences, then this reading is for you. We're going to be analyzing the pattern itself, looking into the root cause of it to hopefully give you some clarity on why it's happening to you, and then we're going to be pulling some advice and guidance from spirit to help you heal and break out of this pattern. So today we have 4 groups to choose from. This is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Please choose the one that you feel most drawn to and click your corresponding timestamp in the description box below this video. Today for group 1, we have a green aventurine obelisk. For group 2, we have a raw tourmaline, has some quartz in it. For group 3, we have a raw amethyst point. And for group 4, we have a raw piece of fire quartz. So again, take your time. You can pause this video if you need, but go ahead and choose the pile that you feel most drawn to, and I will see you in your reading. Hi group 1, and welcome. You guys chose this green aventurine obelisk. Today we're looking into the pattern of your relationships and experiences and asking why has it been toxic and how can you get out of it. So we're going to be analyzing the pattern of it, see what's going on, what might be the root cause of it, and then we're going to be asking spirit for advice and guidance and clarity on how to heal this and how to break out of this pattern. So to start, we are going to look at what's been going on. What is this pattern for you, group 1? So for this we had the Crow, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Six of Swords. So I'm going to be honest with you, group 1, I'm having a little trouble reading this energy, so hopefully this resonates with you. But firstly, with the Six of Swords here, it's like you're running from something, okay? It's like you're repeatedly running away from something. I don't know if some of you might move around frequently or run from group to group or person to person. I know that will only resonate with a few of you. But overall, the pattern I think I'm seeing here is it's like someone is using you, or you keep running into people that are using you for personal gain. So maybe using you for financial gain or social status or something like that. There is this sense I'm feeling of just being used to get someone else ahead and kind of just walking all over you in the process or taking advantage of you. So I do wonder if because I am noticing this, it's almost like for you, group 1, I feel like this pattern extends to more than just personal relationships, more than just like romantic partners. This is like also being used in the workplace or the family situation. Like I feel like you probably have bosses that take advantage of you as well. Maybe you change jobs a lot, some of you, because of that. Or maybe your family has taken advantage of you or had a pattern of maybe using you in some way. Like I feel like for some of you this could be that you've had family that used you to get government benefits without actually providing you the love and support you needed, or using you for their own personal validation, or possibly even parents that, I don't know, used their kids or their family in a way that like helped their image in a way. Like they needed to use you to project this perfect family image onto the world, even though on the inside the home it was chaotic and not as perfect as the family likes to project. But yeah, I also feel like maybe this pattern has in adulthood extended to maybe even romantic partnerships where you feel like your partner just wants you around for status I'm sorry I keep saying this energy, like I said, it's a little hard to read, but I think I'm starting to get into it. It's maybe some romantic partners, I hate using this term, but trophy wife keeps coming to mind, like that, like you have a partner that just is more interested in showing you off or having the relationship with you, or likes the status or the attention you bring them, if that makes sense. But yeah, regardless of how this pattern manifests, it is basically a pattern of being used to benefit the other person, either financially or socially. I think I'm seeing. And with the crow here, and with the Six of Swords as well, it's almost like this is happening because you're a little ungrounded in yourself. It's almost like you're searching for validation externally rather than finding it internally where it actually is. So it's like this constant seeking approval. And I don't mean to say that in a negative way, group one. I feel like maybe in childhood you weren't actually given the approval you needed. Maybe because of this pattern, you can try really hard over and over and over again to make other people happy, and because maybe a lot of the time they aren't actually validating who you are as a person, so it just kind of makes this feeling inside you grow that you can't be validated, and maybe you feel like you don't have any worth, and so you keep seeking for it from people like this, okay? Because I feel like maybe because your presence benefits their life in some way, it makes you feel like you have a purpose. It validates who you are. And I feel like, I don't know, that's really unfortunate, because I do feel like these types of people you attract, they are hypercritical in a sense. I don't know if some of you have hypercritical family members or parents or bosses or partners, or you just keep attracting people that criticize you no matter what you do. But every time they criticize you, it's like that you feel worse about yourself, so you try harder to please these people. But the harder you try to please them, the more they seem to criticize you, and it just seems like this never-ending downward spiral. And basically, group one, I feel like it makes you feel worthless. Like no matter what you do, you're just not good enough. And Spirit's telling me to say right now that that's not true. Okay, you are worth it. You are good enough. But for some reason, it's like inside you have this pattern of finding people that make you feel not good enough. And I feel like it's because you don't feel good enough, you're just basically on a subconscious or a vibrational level, you're looking for people that validate your lack of sense of self-worth. Okay, you're matching with people who are going to make you feel worthless because you feel worthless on the inside for whatever reason. Well, for whatever reason, I feel like these people are definitely contributing to that. But I would like to pull a few more cards here and ask Spirit, what is the root of this? What is the root of this? You might need to adjust, because I feel like the root cause of this, and acknowledging it and maybe doing some shadow work on the root cause, might help you break out of this and feel worthy. Okay, Spirit, so what is the root cause of this pattern for group one, please? What is the root cause of this pattern for group one? We have the Three of Pentacles reversed. We have the Two of Wands reversed, sorry. What is the root cause of this pattern for group one, please, Spirit? We have the Eight of Wands. Okay. With the Three of Pentacles reversed here, it's almost like not feeling a part of the group, not feeling connected to the people around you, to your community maybe, but this might extend all the way to childhood, where you didn't feel like you belonged in your own family. You didn't feel a part of your own family. Maybe there was something different about you, or just something where you just didn't feel like you fit in. It could just be maybe you didn't feel like you fit in with your peers in your early school years or something, but it's like, it's almost like you feel like an outsider, like you have a unique personality or unique ideas that are being suppressed. It's like maybe whenever you tried to express your own individuality, and the Two of Wands here is a card of individuality and self-expression, but it's reversed here. So it's like maybe early on in your life at some point you expressed yourself, but it was met negatively by the community or your family or your friends in some way. So it like trained you from an early age to suppress your own individuality, and just so you could maybe fit in with the group. It's almost like it trained you to feel like there was something wrong with who you were as a person and who you are naturally, your natural personality and your natural shine and energy you felt wasn't good enough for the people around you, so you've suppressed it. You felt like your natural personality made you not fit in. So it's like maybe that's why you need to seek validation, because you can't validate yourself internally, because you were basically taught that who you are as a person is wrong, and the people around you aren't going to respect you or like you or let you be a part of the group if you are who your natural self. And so it's like you just keep finding people and experiences that recreate this for you, that show you, okay, you're good if you help me, and I'll let you be a part of my group, I'll let you be a part of my relationship if you help me and benefit me in some way. But as long as you suppress who you are, I'm going to try to suppress who you are just so you can have this relationship. And it's like with the Eight of Wands here, it's like the word desperation is coming to mind. You just desperately want someone to care about who you actually are. But because of this root pain you have, where you feel like you have to suppress who you are to fit in, that's never going to happen until you address this. Because what's happening is you're just finding people that love what you do, not love who you are, basically. And this is making me cry, group one. It's because I can relate to this a little bit, you guys. So I know how difficult this is, and desperately wanting someone to just love you for who you are, but it's like they can't see you. They can't actually see you, but I feel like you are suppressing yourself in a way. You don't share who you actually are. I feel like some of you maybe are afraid to open up about who you are. And until you can open up about who you are, your actual personality and your actual opinions, and open your actual heart, no one who can actually love you, they won't be able to see it until you open up yourself, okay? Until you stop suppressing your personality and being who you are for real, okay? Like, the people who are going to fall in love with who you actually are won't be able to find you until you open yourself up, until you be authentically yourself. Okay, I hope this is making sense, group one. I'm going to now pull some tarot and ask Spirit. I'm going to ask Spirit what you can do to heal this, I think. What advice do you have, Spirit, for group one on how to heal this? On how to heal this pattern, please, Spirit. What advice do you have for group one on how to heal this pattern? We have the Sun, of course. Spirit, what advice do you have for group 1 on how to heal this pattern? We have the Devil reversed. Okay. Spirit, what advice do you have for group 1 on how to heal this pattern? What should they do? We have the Ten of Pentacles. Spirit, can you clarify the Devil reversed, please, for me? We have the Queen of Cups reversed. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, Spirit, can you also clarify the Ten of Pentacles for me? I hope you can see these cards. I've noticed my camera has not been big enough to capture my full table here. Okay, so we have the Page of Swords. So, firstly, the Sun here is extremely clear to me. This is related to suppressing your individuality. It's what I was just saying. The Sun represents, you know, your personality, your external who you are. If you know astrology and you know what the Sun means in your chart, it's basically that. You need to let yourself out. You need to learn ways of expressing who you are and not suppressing it, not keeping opinions to yourself or your experiences. Like, I feel like some of you maybe are even afraid to share your own thoughts or opinions or stories just because you feel like people might judge you for it. But I feel like some of you don't want to share just because you feel like other people won't be interested in who you are. Like they're just gonna be bored if you talk about yourself or be yourself or something like that. And that's just, it's not true, okay? Like, it's not healthy to go through life and interact with people and just assume that they're not going to like you or assume they're going to be bored of your ideas and who they are, because I know from this Crow card that came up that you are a very deep person, okay? You have very profound and creative ideas, and I imagine you have a very unique life to share with other people, and you have an actually a very vibrant personality with all the colors here and the Sun. Like, of course, everyone is going to run into people that reject them and don't like them, and I feel like you just have a pattern of finding the bad people, and it makes you not want to open up. But this is Spirit's way of saying that you should open up, okay? Because it's like there are more people out there that are going to like you, and people who are going to even fall in love with you for who you actually are, if that makes sense. I'm sorry, my words are getting a little choppy here. Spirit is hounding me to move on with this conversation and address this part. But yeah, this is about opening up your personality to the world, because you are bright and beautiful and you shine, and you should shine that to the world. So with the Devil reversed and the Queen of Cups here, this is about giving too much, okay? This is about the unhealthy obsession with validation that I was talking about. This is about seeking validation externally instead of from within, okay? So the Sun is all about confidence and internal validation, whereas the Devil reversed here is like just trying to find it elsewhere and in this unhealthy pattern in particular. So for it to be clarified by the Queen of Cups here, it's like the Queen of Cups reversed is overly giving, okay? Some of you might be empaths, and you might attract some of these people because you can feel their pain and you want to heal their pain, and that is another unhealthy pattern in and of itself. So the Queen of Cups is telling me that you're giving too much of yourself away in this, basically, this need for validation, this need for it to come externally, and this means it's time for you to stop giving yourself away, okay? It's like when it's okay to be giving. It's okay to be loving. It's okay to embrace all these wonderful, beautiful, empathic Queen of Cups qualities. But, and it's okay to treat people that way. But it's like you need to learn that if once you give to somebody but you don't notice them appreciating it or respecting it or appreciating you for it or giving back to you, there's give and take in every relationship. If it's all one-sided, just you giving, then you need to learn to set those boundaries and walk away, okay? So it's like if you keep running into people that no matter how much you give, they are continually hypercritical and pushing you down because they want to use you to get ahead, you need to learn to walk away instead of to keep giving, okay? Because of this internal validation. If you can say, nope, I'm worth more than this, I am beautiful, I am worthy, I am self-validated, I'm an amazing person, and if I walk away from this connection, I will be fine because other people will see my worth. Okay, it's like you keep staying because you want to prove to the people you're with that you have worth. But the fact is that you have inherent worth, you have natural worth, you don't need to prove it. And when you run into these people that don't see that and don't respect that and don't give you your validation and appreciation that you deserve, that's when you need to walk away, okay? Because you're just going to keep attracting this into your experience until you can set those boundaries, until you can say, nope, I'm worth more than this, and walk away. And that's a hard thing to do. That's such a hard thing to do. I'm not saying that lightly, but Spirit is saying that is something you need to, it's a major focus, these boundaries. And it's almost like these boundaries will come naturally when you start validating your own self-worth, if that makes sense. And so, with the Ten of Pentacles and Page of Swords here, again, there is more self-worth coming with this Ten of Pentacles card, but it's almost like this pattern of people that have criticized you and repeatedly put you down and made you feel not good enough. This is like a reassurance that you are good enough, like you're good enough to be independent. I feel like some of you have really brilliant ideas or actually have this really strong thread of determination within your spirit. And maybe some of you have really big goals or to make more money or just become independent or just create this overall super abundant, beautiful life for yourself. And for these two cards to come up, it's like you've doubted your ability to do that and you felt like you've needed to find other people that can help you do it or do it for you. More people that can help you do it. And that's why you feel like if you let people in your life, I'm sorry, I'm stuttering here. You feel like if you let some of these toxic people in your life go, that you won't have any support and you won't be able to achieve your dreams or build the life you want. It's like, yeah, it's like you don't think you're good enough, but Spirit is trying to say you are absolutely good enough. You could do all of this on your own. You don't need other people. You are absolutely strong enough. You are smart enough. You are capable enough. You are talented enough. You are skilled enough to manifest everything you want on your own. And you don't actually need other people. And Spirit isn't saying that you have to be alone, okay? Spirit's not saying you have to be alone, but Spirit is saying you can be. You are strong enough. You are a whole, complete, beautiful individual that can basically, you have the capability of creating whatever you want, and you don't need other people. And until you acknowledge your own worth and your own capability, you're going to keep finding unsupportive people. Until you acknowledge that you have the strength and capability and intelligence that you actually have, you're going to keep manifesting people that make you feel worthless, that make you feel not good enough to do this. But once you acknowledge this, it's going to attract supportive people into your life. It's going to attract people that make you feel worthy, people that make you feel capable, people that make you feel intelligent and profound. And yeah, so this is just about believe in yourself, okay? Express who you are and believe in yourself and believe in who you truly are. So now I'd like to just pull a few advice cards from Spirit so you have a few actionable things to focus on right now, because all of this is way easier said than done. I know that. But that's one of the things Spirit's trying to tell you here, is that you are strong enough to do this. But Spirit, what final words of advice do you have for group 1, please? What other advice do you have for group 1? We have right. Okay. Spirit, what other advice do you have for group 1? Advice for group 1. We have air. So yeah, some of you are very much like, I don't know, it's like people have made you feel unintelligent even though you are this crow person. You are deeply intelligent and wise. It's like you don't trust your own thoughts. Yeah, it's like you don't trust your own thoughts and ideas because you don't think they're good enough. But Spirit's trying to say they are good enough. They're more than good enough. They're you. Spirit wants you to... Okay, it's like... It's almost like part of why you are attracting this pattern is because it is a matter of operating emotionally, okay? It's operating from this need for validation and this sadness about yourself. So Spirit wants you to think about the situation logically. Obviously, do some shadow work and heal these emotions that make you feel unworthy. I'm sure this pattern of relationships has made it worse, and you accumulated a bunch of experiences that add to this repeatedly. And we need to, go inside and heal those. But Spirit wants you to look at yourself logically, not emotionally. I feel like some of you are afraid to look at who you actually are because of how much you feel that you're not good enough. So this is Spirit's way of saying, no, if you actually just use your brain and look at yourself logically, you will see how amazing you are. Because it's like logically and objectively, you are awesome. And if you would just look at it, you'll see it. Okay, so this is actually a very, very specific piece of advice here. It's interesting. So Spirit is basically saying, like an exercise to do here. It's like, start writing down all of your good qualities. And I know that's going to be difficult for some of you to begin with. But it's like, write it down, everything you can think of, and then like every day try in the morning to like write something good about yourself. Like you could just write something as simple as, I am smart, or I am proud of this thing you did a long time ago. I don't know what it is, but I feel like the more you just start training your brain to think about these good things about yourself, the more you will just recognize them in the day-to-day life. So this is like forcing yourself to see the good aspects of yourself, because Spirit's saying there are a ton of them, okay? You are actually amazing, and you are not the person that these toxic people have made you feel like you are. So it's like practice loving yourself every day. Practice seeing how amazing you are, because this is basically Spirit saying there are a ton of things about you that are amazing, and you need to like write them all out or get them all down in some way that helps you recognize. You'll be able to go back and read them whenever this lack of self-confidence starts reappearing in your life. But Okay, I want to pull one more advice card and then, yeah. Spirit, what is one final piece of advice you have for group 1 here? What is one final piece of advice? Reevaluate. Okay, so it's just the same thing. We need to reevaluate how you're looking at yourself, because that is the whole root of this, okay? That's why it's good to write about the good things, but this is all air here for those of you that don't know. This is like, you know, your mental capacity, your communication, your intelligence is basically what the element of air represents. So it's the same thing I've just been saying. If you just reevaluate yourself and the situations you've experienced logically, you'll actually see that your emotions and feelings of worth are not correct, okay? Like, there's facts out there to prove that to you, and you just have to be willing to look at them. Okay, group 1, I think I'm gonna end your reading here. I really hope this was helpful. If this resonated, please give this video a thumbs up. I would love to know in the comments below. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I really hope that you can eventually see how beautiful you are and end this pattern. And anyway, I hope to see you in another video. Bye! Hi group 2, and welcome. You guys chose this raw black tourmaline stone. Today we're looking into the pattern of your relationships and experiences and why they're toxic. We're going to be asking Spirit for some clarity on, and hopefully get to like the root cause of it, as well as ask for some advice on how to heal this so you can break out of the pattern. So the first thing we're looking at is the pattern itself. What is this toxic pattern you keep experiencing? So for that we had the Bee, Queen of Swords, Ace of Swords, and the Page of Swords. Okay, group 2. So the energy here, it's like really cold. It's like lacking affection. Almost sociopathic for some of you, though I'm not saying that's necessarily what all of you are experiencing, but it's like you keep finding experiences that are harsh, or people rather, people in your relationships that are harsh and cold and don't actually provide affection. Even though I feel like you try to provide affection, it's like you're not getting it in return. It's just like you're getting kind of cold, empty people in return. And with the Bee here, it's almost like it's hard working. It's putting a lot of effort into these connections, a lot of energy and love, but not really getting it back. And I guess not getting it back can manifest in a few different ways for you guys, but it's just like, overall, I feel like the pattern is you just keep winding up with cold people. And I feel like for some of you, they're not just cold, they're cruel. I'm being drawn to just like the blood on the Queen of Swords sword here, and how angry this moon looks. It's like, it's like you give love and get cruelty in return. You give support and affection and you get almost backstabbed or just hurt in return for this love. Like it's just, the love is just not coming back to you. It's not being returned for whatever reason. So this is interesting. I would like to jump into looking at the root cause here, because that might shed a little more light onto what's going on here. So Spirit, can you please give us some insight into what is the root cause of this pattern for group 2, please? What is causing this pattern in group 2's life? What is causing this pattern? pattern? What is the root of it? Okay, we have the Empress. Okay, that's weird. Oh, I see now. Okay. Spirit, what is the root? What is the root of this for group 2? We have the King of Pentacles reversed. And Spirit, can we get one more card to clarify the root of this? Clarify the root of... We have the King of Wands reversed. Wow, okay. So it's like masculine energy is very, very blocked in you, group 2. Very, very imbalanced. Hopefully you can see these, but we have the Empress who embodies all of these feminine qualities, love and intuition and empathy and all these beautiful things. They are beautifully and wonderfully expressed in you, and I did feel like I was picking that up with this initial energy here. You are very loving, you are very giving, you are very nurturing, but the people in your life aren't returning that to you. And from the looks of it here with 2 kings reversed, it's like your feminine energy is very strong, but your masculine energy is blocked. And even if you are a woman, it doesn't matter. We need a balance of masculine and feminine. I'm sure most of you are aware of that, okay? We need a balance of all these divine energies within us to function properly. But it's like because there is an imbalance of your masculine energy and it's blocked in some way, that it's manifesting in your relationships where you are getting the, I guess I need to say, negative side of masculine energy, where it's cold and completely emotionless and ruthless. It's almost like this blocked masculine energy is just coming at you to get you on a spiritual level to address this, okay? Because without a balance in your masculine energy, it opens us up to get hurt, right? Because when our feminine energies are expressed, our heart is completely open. We are completely open and nurturing and willing to just keep giving and giving and giving like this little worker bee here. But without the masculine energies balanced to protect that heart, it just leaves us completely wide open to wounds and just getting stabbed over and over and over again. So it's like this coldness, and these cold people keep coming into your lives to get you to see this energy imbalance within yourself. And the other thing that came up when I pulled this Empress card, and this isn't going to apply to all of you, but especially with this Queen of Swords here, I feel like some of this stems back to your childhood and your mother. You might have had a really cold, emotionless mother, possibly even a narcissistic personality disorder for some of you. I'm not saying that for all of you, but it's like possibly you just didn't have like a nurturing mother figure in your life growing up. Maybe you didn't have a mother at all, or just had no, or possibly you had a mother that was similar to this, and she was overly giving, okay, and she had this same imbalance where she would give and give and give and get coldness in return. So maybe you built that up as your basis for what a healthy relationship is, even though that's not healthy. So it's almost like you're recreating that here, where you are loving and giving and nurturing and your heart is wide open, but you're not getting that back because you don't have this masculine energy to protect you, if that makes sense. And it's like, I know, especially because of this pattern and the people you've obviously encountered, this gives you a very, very bad view of masculine energy. You see masculine energy hurting people, okay? You've seen it hurting you, you've experienced it hurting you, and I feel like that's making you want to push away that masculine energy more and more and more, because I feel like your experiences for a lot of you have made you see masculine energy as just something evil that hurts people. And I feel like that's why a lot of you have blocked it out, is because you're seeing it as something bad and hurtful. But I feel like it's because you haven't had good role models or examples of how masculine energy is beneficial and why we need it. Okay, so the positive, the good side of it that I feel like a lot of you haven't seen is that it is protective, right? A traditional, very balanced masculine energy is something that is very protective. It helps us protect ourselves. It helps us protect a wide open heart from getting hurt, but it helps us also protect our loved ones, our children, our family, our friends, being able to have this energy. And it's also very creative. It helps us build and manifest things in the 3D that maybe some of you have struggled to manifest your own dreams and reality because of this blocked energy. And yeah, so it's like there is a very positive side to this energy you've blocked out, and I feel like you've blocked it out because you've only seen this energy used to hurt people. But yeah, I think I'm going to, okay, now I'd like to move on to asking Spirit for some help and advice on how to heal this. But I feel a little held back on moving forward because I feel like some of you, not all of you, but some of you are just still rejecting this idea because you're like, it's hurt you so much. And I don't know, but it's hurt you so much, and you just want to push away this idea of balancing the energies. And some of you are really resisting that, and I can feel it. But Spirit is trying to tell you that you can embrace this side, and it will help you protect yourself and your loved ones without you becoming cruel or cold or ruthless or mean, which I know a lot of you have experienced so much, and you are scared of becoming like that yourself. But Spirit is saying that that's never going to happen for you. You are never going to become cold. And okay, I just got that some of you actually feel like you have turned a little cold when you've tried to embrace these energies. And you're afraid of that happening, but Spirit is wanting me to reassure you that that's not going to happen to you. You have such a beautiful, beautiful heart and beautiful, beautiful soul. You will never let it. It's just not even possible. Even if you have things you've done in the past that you're ashamed of, it's not made you a bad person. You are a beautiful, wonderful person on the inside, and Spirit just wants you to balance your energies so that you can capture some of this strength and protect yourself, protect your heart, and heal this pattern so you can experience real love and protective people instead of people that hurt you, loving people instead of people that stab you in the back. Okay, it's just Spirit is stressing that it is just very important that you balance the energies within yourself. Okay, there's a level to which you have to set boundaries around your own heart for your own safety, so you don't give so much that you expend all of your energy and all of your soul trying to heal other people that are lost and imbalanced as well. But okay, let's move forward here. Spirit, what advice do you have for group 2 for healing this pattern? We have the the Four of Pentacles reversed. Spirit, what advice? The Knight of Cups reversed. Spirit, what other advice do you have for group 2 at healing this pattern? For healing this pattern. The Devil reversed. It's all reversed. Okay. So the Devil reversed came up in group 1 as well. And I feel like it's kind of a similar thing to that they had. So I actually like to start here because I was just talking about it. This energy will be a lot less scary to embrace once you learn to set boundaries, okay? So group 1 had a similar problem. I don't know if some of you were attracted to that group as well, but it's like, because you are so overly giving and so overly loving and nurturing, you're not setting the proper boundaries to protect yourself. And that's exactly what I've been talking about here. Allowing these masculine and feminine energies to balance out a little more is what will provide you the ability to create boundaries against these toxic people from coming in and hurting you. And okay, so the Four of Pentacles here is like that. This is that fear I was picking up on. Some of you have a fear of balancing out the masculine and feminine because I feel like you've tried it before, or you have been working on this and you feel like you are or have started becoming cold and greedy and closed off your heart, and you don't like that feeling. Or maybe that's where you're at right now, is that your heart's been closed off because you've opened it so many times that you're afraid of getting wounded again. But it's like Spirit is saying that's not the answer. The answer isn't to cut off your heart and become imbalanced in the other way. It's about totally balancing the loving, nurturing energy with the protective, creative energy. Or the 3D creative, rather. Sorry, need to make sure I'm using the right terminology here. But yeah, this is like closing your heart isn't the right answer. It's setting boundaries against people, setting boundaries around toxic people, setting boundaries around your own heart, setting boundaries around how you let other people treat you and their behavior. That's what you need to work on, okay? Because closing your heart is not the right answer in this case. So with the Knight of Cups reversed, this is more closed heart energy that I'm getting, but more so this is about the giving too much, the working too hard to please other people, the loving too much without getting affection in return. It's reversed here because Spirit is asking you to stop giving so much, okay? It's like stop giving it to others and start giving it back to yourself, okay? This is taking the love and turning it in on yourself. Stop. You don't have to be constantly giving to others and constantly sending love out to others and not without getting it in return. You can't actually keep doing that, okay? You can't keep giving, right? Like, you need the positive energy and the love within yourself to be able to give it to others. So if you're just giving without boundaries and not giving anything back to yourself, you're just going to keep experiencing this pattern and this imbalance over and over again. So this is, you need to stop for a while. You need to stop giving. You've given too much to other people and not enough to yourself. So this is stop for a while, take a break, and give yourself a long period of healing where you just focus on loving yourself. Okay, and I would like to end this with just a few advice cards from Spirit to give you more actionable advice, I guess. Some more specific things you can work on and do. So Spirit, what other advice do you have for group 2 on healing this pattern? What other advice do you have for group 2 in healing this pattern? Sorry guys, this deck is so big and my hands are so small. what advice do you have, Spirit, for helping group 2 heal? Be proactive. Spirit, can you clarify, what do you mean with this proactive advice, please? Grow. Honestly, I get the feeling that for a lot of you, obviously not all of you, you get stuck in these relationships for a long time. I feel like for some of you, this does extend to family members. And some of you are just afraid of leaving them, so you stick with them for way longer than you should, to the point where you've completely given all of yourself. And I feel like this is a message that it's time. This message is only for some of you, but it's like time to be willing to leave these relationships. You have to be willing to leave this pattern in order to heal. Okay, grow means it's time to grow as a person. It's time to grow beyond these energies, grow beyond this need to give and give and give and just hope for love back in return, okay? It's time for you to grow in a way where not only that you're balancing these energies, but that just loving yourself, okay? And be willing. It's like you have so much love to give, but you're afraid that if you just gave it to yourself, you're going to run out. And that's obviously not true. You're not going to run out of love to give yourself. It's like, if you can give so much to other people, you have more than enough to give yourself and heal yourself, okay? It's just time to turn inwards, turn all that love inwards. And for some of you, you might need to be doing this for a very long time, okay? Turning this love inwards. And with proactive here, being proactive is part of this this masculine energy that's imbalanced here, okay? You're not utilizing that. You're not utilizing what you can be doing to improve your situation in the 3D, okay? It's almost like Spirit's been giving you signs and ideas for things you should do, but you're like procrastinating and holding back from doing it. And I feel like that's very specific, but I don't want to get into what exactly that is, because I know it's different for each of you, but it's like Spirit's been trying to prod you into doing something specific and you haven't been doing it. So please listen to Spirit when you have those urges and those promptings. Okay, group 2, I think I'm going to end your reading here. I really hope this was helpful. If this resonated, please give this video a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I look forward to seeing you in another reading. Bye! Hi group 3 and welcome. You guys chose this raw amethyst point. Today we're looking into the pattern of your relationships and experiences, why they're toxic, why do you keep having or running into this same kind of toxic pattern. So we're going to be looking into the root of it and try to find some clarity and then get some help and advice from Spirit on how to heal this pattern, how to break out of it. So first we're looking into the pattern itself. What is the pattern? So we have the Swan, we have the Page of Cups, we have the 3 of Wands, and the 5 of Cups. So group 3, I feel like you have a hard time finding people that match your feelings. It's almost like you keep running into relationships and people that maybe seem to like you in the beginning or something like that, but then they get disinterested really quickly and maybe even get really agitated and toxic really quickly, like that sort of devolve into a pattern of fighting really quickly. Or I'm also seeing like an imbalance between your feelings and theirs. Like it seems like you're in love and your love is much deeper than theirs. Like you are completely loyal and dedicated, while maybe some of you find your partners are constantly looking for other options. Like you don't feel like you are what they want, or they don't treat you like something special in their life, and they are always exploring options. Some of you might even experience a pattern of being cheated on. But yeah, there is this sense of not being good enough because of something in the way your partner is treating you. So either your partner's always looking for other options, or making you feel like you're just an option, or just, you know, kind of this temporary thing while you're all in, you are all committed. Or your partner's just making you feel not good enough with like criticism or fighting, or seeming easily irritated to some degree. But with this 5 of Cups here, I'm also just seeing heartbreak and depression. Okay, it's just like your pattern is your partners just keep breaking your heart, because it's almost like they turn out to be something different from what you thought they were, or they quickly turn from something that they quickly, like what you fell in love with, you quickly find out that they are different from that, or they change from that drastically, and you don't know why. You keep running into the situation, basically. So I would like to jump in to asking Spirit, what is the root cause of this? Why is this happening, and can we provide any clarity as to the reason for this pattern in your life? Yeah, feels like I'm missing saying something here, but I'm sure Spirit will make it more clear with the cards. So, okay, Spirit, what is the root here? What is causing this pattern to keep repeating in Group 3's life? We have the 9 of Cups. Spirit, what is causing this pattern to continually repeat in Group 3's life? We have the 4 of Cups. Spirit, one more card. What is causing this? Well, what is causing this pattern for Group 3? We have the Sun. So I'm feeling like, on one hand, this is a self-confidence issue. And on the other hand, it's like a fear of exploring your own options, I guess. And it's almost like not seeing your worth and intentionally looking for people who make you feel like an option, basically. It's I almost feel like this only applies for some of you. I feel like some of you are not, it's almost like some of you jump from relationship to relationship and you haven't spent a lot of time on your own. And I think it's just this fear of being with yourself, and if you're not with a person, then you start feeling like you're worthless and maybe nobody loves you. Only for some of you, though. Some of you aren't jumping from relationship to relationship all the time, but it's like, it's almost like this need to be comfortable. So it's like you're almost taking the first person that comes along rather than seeing all of your options out there. You're taking the first person just because you're more comfortable in a relationship and it provides some sort of self-worth or validation towards you. Because it's like you almost feel incomplete without a relationship, so you're not actually exploring what you're worth. Basically, you're not allowing yourself to find the people that genuinely match you, but find the people that genuinely want you, because it's almost like some of you just keep attracting, like, I guess the term is like playboys, players, or something like that. Like, they're just playing games with you and you actually want something serious. And it's, to be honest with you, group 3, it's a self-confidence issue. It is an unwillingness to be alone, okay? Even if you have spent extended periods by yourself or single, or even if you're single right now, it's like you hate that experience so much. You hate being alone. You hate being in a partnership so much that you basically do take the first thing that comes along without actually seeing or opening yourself up. You're not opening up your vibration enough to allow more people to come in, if that makes sense. So it's like, even if you have spent a lot of time alone and you don't feel like you jump from relationship to relationship, you still always want to be in one. And even when you're single, it's like you're stuck on your last person emotionally, like either anger or sadness or grief or something like that. Not necessarily that you want them back, but you are emotionally stuck on them even when you're single, until you have a new person to come in and replace those emotions. It's almost like you take the first person that distracts you from the emotions of the previous partner. So it's like you can break up with someone, and then after you've broken up and you're single, your thoughts are still all your sadness about the previous relationship or how angry you are at the person before, and you're just thinking about them until you finally find someone to distract you, and then that person hurts you, and you just keep repeating this cycle. Okay, it's like you don't give yourself a break between relationships to just be yourself. You're still focused on partners, whether you're with them or not. And that's making it so you don't see your options, you don't see your worth, you don't see your value, you don't actually see the people that come into your life that actually can provide you the same level of love that you want to give to other people. The same level of love and attention and affection. So, Spirit, how can group 3 heal this pattern? How can group 3 heal? How can group 3 fix this pattern? We have the 8 of Wands reversed. Spirit, what can group 3 do to break out of this? How can they stop having these same partners? We have the Ace of Cups. Spirit, what can group 3 do to heal this pattern? What can group 3 do to break out of this pattern? We have the 4 of Cups again. Spirit, can you please clarify the 8 of Wands reversed for me? Please clarify. We have the 8 of Pentacles. And Spirit, please clarify the Ace of Cups for me. We have the Fool. So again, with the 4 of Cups showing up, I'm going to address this first since it is a doubled card here. This is not seeing what's around you, kind of like not seeing your worth, so you're not allowing, you're not seeing your options, right? You keep running into people that are treating you like an option, but you are not actually treating yourself like you have options when you do, okay? You don't have to take the first person that comes along or pays attention to you or acts like they care. You can take your time. You can, honestly, you can play the field a little bit yourself. because I feel like if you do that, you're going to see your worth a little better. You're going to see that, wow, okay, so I can have my choice. I can have my pick of people. I don't have to, you don't have to be around people that don't actually want you, or, you know, make you feel grief or angry or worthless or anything. Basically, this is a self-confidence issue, okay? You are just not allowing yourself the level of confidence that matches who you are. At least in terms of that. So, with the Eight of Wands reversed and the Eight of Pentacles, it's interesting that they're both eights. I do want to address that because 8 is the number of abundance, right? It's like you have this abundance of options around there and you are ignoring it, okay? I feel like there's almost like a lack of gratitude for yourself and your own capabilities, a lack of gratitude for the abundance that's already in your life, to the point where you're not seeing the abundance that's available to you in your romantic life. And I'm not saying you're like an ungrateful person, but gratitude is one of the most powerful emotions that we can capture and harness to manifest what we want in life. Gratitude just brings us more of the things we're grateful for. So Spirit's bringing that up for a reason here. So I'm not saying that you're like not a grateful person, but it will help you to express a little more gratitude in your life, okay? So maybe you have really good friend relationships, or you have really good family relationships. If you just wake up every morning and remember to feel gratitude just for those, I feel like it's going to open up your eyes and heart a little more to see the abundance in romantic partnerships you can have as well. And then with the Ace of Cups and the Fool here, it's like there is a sense to which maybe your emotions are a little too strong. That's not really the right way to phrase it. I'm trying to interpret Spirit's message here. So give me a second. It's like your emotions are, like they grow too much too quickly for people. Like with the Fool here, it's like reminding you that when you meet a new person, it's like, take it slow, okay? Like don't jump into the emotions. I know that being in love is a beautiful thing, and it's almost addictive in a way to love people, because love is the basis of the whole universe. It's what we all crave, is that emotional connection. But this is almost like Spirit saying, because you jump in and fall in love with people before you, it's like you jump in and fall in love with people before you really get to know them all the way, and that keeps leading you to a disappointment. So it's like, I don't know. This is a really weird message from Spirit, but it's like, take it slow and play the field a little more, okay? Just enjoy yourself and enjoy your single times a little more, because if you fall in love with yourself and fall in love with being single, it'll help you be more discerning in your partners before you fall in love with something that's not necessarily real. I hope that makes sense, but yeah. Does seem like a weird message, but that is what is coming through for you, Group 3. I am going to pull some advice cards for you now so we can get some more specific actions you can do to help break out of this pattern. So Spirit, what can Group 3 do about this pattern? What advice do you have for them? A break from screens? Spirit, what advice do you have for Group 3 about this pattern? Plan. And Spirit, one more advice card for Group 3, please. We have let go. So I'm going to start with this let go, because that is something I was talking about just a minute ago. It's like, for a lot of you, even when you're single, you are still attached to previous partners, okay? Emotionally. Even if you don't want them back, you're emotionally attached. And this is like, you need to let go of them, okay? You need to embrace yourself and being single and just the feelings within yourself and who you are, okay? This is embrace your own personality. And it's like by holding on to emotions from past relationships, that's kind of what's causing the pattern, right? So you feel sad or hurt or angry about what a past partner did. So you're holding those emotions inside yourself, and those emotions being held inside yourself are vibrationally attracting more of it. That is unfortunately how the law of attraction works. It brings us what we're feeling. So if we can practice letting go of those past emotions, we can, if we let go of those past emotions and replace them with positivity, replace them with gratitude for our positive relationships, our friendships, our family, it's going to bring in more positive, good relationships for you to keep feeling grateful and happy about. So, plan is like, I don't know, I feel like this is more of that take it slow energy. Don't jump into things too quickly. Don't get emotionally attached too quickly, right? Be discerning about who you're in a relationship with, okay? Just take it slow and learn people better before falling in love. And I know that's hard, because falling in love is such an amazing feeling, but obviously there is a pattern of falling in love with people who kind of break your heart, who don't live up to what you originally fell in love with. So it's just, trust your mind on this. A lot of times we say trust your intuition, and trust your intuition and your mind instead of your heart for just a little bit, because a lot of you are still, your heart's gonna let you down because you are hurting from past relationships. So trusting it in this case until you can let go of the pain of past relationships, I feel like that is why your heart's letting you down, why you would fall in love so easily or be willing to give so easily. And then a break from screens is just generally good advice, but I feel like Spirit's trying to say, maybe some of you, because you're attached to past relationships, you are checking up on past partners. Not saying all of you are, but some of you might be checking up on past partners through social media, or honestly trying to show off to past partners on social media or something like that. Or maybe you're just distracting yourself too much from healing your pain and letting go by just focusing on media and distracting yourself with TV or games or whatever it is. So this is like, you can't heal and let go unless you stop distracting yourself, basically. But I think I'm going to end your reading here, Group 3. I hope it was helpful. If this resonated, please give this video a thumbs up. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I look forward to seeing you in another reading. Bye! Hi Group 3 and welcome. You guys chose this raw fire quartz stone. Today we're looking into the pattern of your toxic relationships. So we're going to be analyzing the pattern itself, looking into the root cause, because hopefully we might find some clarity there, and then pulling some help and advice from Spirit about how to break out of it so it stops happening in your life. So firstly, we are looking into what the pattern itself is. And for that, we have the raccoon, we have the 3 of Pentacles, we got the 4 of Cups, and the King of Swords. So I feel like for you, Group 4, there is a pattern of fixing in your relationships. So it's almost like trying to change people. So either there's a pattern of you finding what is typically referred to as fixer-uppers and trying to fix them or change them, and then finding them not changing. Or you keep running into people that are trying to change you in some way, trying to change who you are as a person. Or maybe for you, it could even be a combination of both that you keep running into. Finding people that need healing or fixing up, and people who are trying to change you. So there are a few other dynamics that I am seeing here that are probably not going to apply to every single one of you, but there is an issue with communication that I'm seeing here that's coming through very strongly. So it might not apply to all of you, but it is applying to a large number of you. So either this is an issue in communication in general, where you guys just aren't able to express your feelings or frustrations and work things out. There could be lies and betrayal I'm seeing here, like people hiding parts of themselves. You could have an issue with partners repeatedly lying to you, or just like hiding things, not telling you the whole truth. I am seeing one very specific thing here, which is like hiding addictions, or just negative traits from you. That's not going to apply to all of you, but there is an element to hiding things here, in addition to trying to change each other. Okay, I am seeing like alcohol for some reason as well. So some of you might be dealing with partners that struggle with alcoholism or other addictions as well. So I do feel like for some of you, group 4, you do keep finding yourself in relationships with just kind of broken people looking for someone to fix them, or you're running into controlling people that are trying to change you to fit their vision of how a person should be. So yeah, it's not really healthy either way. So I'd like to jump into asking Spirit, what is the root cause of this? And if we can get some clarity on what's causing this, so you know what to address and how to break out of this pattern and stop finding this type of person. So where is my deck? Here it is. Okay, Spirit. So can we get some clarity on what is causing this pattern? What is the root of it? What is behind this pattern, Spirit? Okay, we have the 2 of Pentacles. Spirit, what is behind this pattern for group 4? What is behind this pattern for group 4? Another 2, we have the 2 of Wands. Spirit, what is the root of this pattern for group 4? We have the Lovers. Basically, another 2 energy, kind of. I know it's not card number 2, but that's interesting. It's like a lack of balance. That's obviously coming through very strongly with this 2 of Pentacles here. A lack of balance, a lack of harmony, a need for partnership, a need to connect something inside yourself, a need to find yourself. Okay, group 4, this might be something that's painful to hear, but Spirit's wanting me to say it. So honestly, this negative pattern for you is almost like a mirror to yourself. So you keep finding people that are mirroring traits in yourself that you don't like, okay? And we all do this, group 4. It's just part of the human condition, unfortunately. But it's like, yeah, you keep finding mirrors because there's something in these negative traits in these people that is also in you and you're not addressing it. And yeah, this happens to all of us in relationships, but I feel like maybe in your case, group 4, this is like there's something very very deep inside you that I don't feel like you're addressing. Like it's not like a toxic trait of yourself that you're very self-aware of. It's like rooted deep inside of your psyche for whatever it is. And I'm wondering if I should pull some cards to find out what that is, but I feel like it's going to be different for each person in this group because I am getting such a variety on what the issue is here. But another thing that's coming through very strongly right here, besides the mirror, is communication. Okay, just communication between two people. I feel like you've struggled with communication in your relationships, and I feel like maybe it's because both of you are mirroring stuff to each other that you don't want to see, and that's why there's a lot of needing to change each other going on. You don't want to see stuff that's deep inside yourself, so you don't even want to talk about it. You want to hide it. You want to put a mask over it. And so you put a mask over it. Like, I'm even being drawn to like this King of Swords here. He's like wearing a white mask. You're like both masking yourself so deeply, but it's still being shown in your partner. And that's why you can't talk about it. You can't communicate it. That's why secrets happen in your relationships. That's why this trying to change each other happens. You're trying to change the thing inside yourself, if that makes sense, by changing the other person, or vice versa. That person's doing it to you. So yeah, that's interesting. I would like to get just a couple more cards of clarity because I don't feel like that's specific enough. Spirit, what is it? Can we get just more clarification on the root here? What are they mirroring? What's causing this? What else do you have to say, Spirit? We have the King of Pentacles. And the Knight of Swords. Okay, so this is like a need to control things, okay? And I don't want to say that you are obsessive, controlling, terrible partner group 4. That's not what I'm saying at all. But there is an element to which for which you need to control your environment to make it safe, okay? We all do this. It's just part of what the mind does, the instinctual human brain does. It's what the physical part of us does. We try to control our environment to create a sense of safety. So this doesn't necessarily mean that you're controlling your partner or that your partner's been totally controlling of you. I do feel like there's been an element of this in your relationships, kind of back and forth. And that's what this desire to fix people or change them. It's like a need to control elements, because if you see a negative trait in someone else, that it might just trigger some sort of subconscious response in you to need to change it so you can feel safe. Okay, so you might have run into a partner's trait that you feel like made you feel unsafe. Like I was getting alcoholism for some of you, and I know that's only going to apply to a couple people, but just to use that as an example, maybe you had an alcoholic parent or something, and that parent, I don't know, scared you in some way because their personality drastically changed when they drank. So you might find yourself running into a pattern where you find alcoholic partners and you get scared when someone tries to drink, so you try to change that habit. You try to change that addiction and heal them from it, because part of it is because you want to help that person heal, obviously, but another deeper root of that is you want to feel safe. So you want to control your environment. You want to change that person to get rid of the habit that makes you feel unsafe. And obviously, alcoholism is just one example here. There are a whole host of toxic traits we can list and get into. But I think you see my point. The point is, when you've tried to change another person, and when they've tried to change you, it is this need to feel safe, okay? So we want to control and change the environment to make it feel safe. So the people you attract mirror that back to you, and then you you try to change it so you can feel safe and also protected from whatever qualities about yourself that you don't like, that you don't want to address. Okay. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that resonates. I would like to now pull some tarot to ask Spirit advice and just guidance on how to heal this. What is the best thing you can do to break out of this pattern so it stops happening? Okay, Spirit, what can group 4 do to break out of this pattern? What advice do you have for them? We have the Moon. Spirit, what advice do you have for group 4 to break out of this pattern? We have the Ace of Pentacles. Spirit, oh, my throat's closing up again, you guys. I feel like there's a major throat chakra imbalance for your group as a whole, probably, and I am getting that with all these communication themes going on. So that might be something you want to look into. So the Moon, Ace of Pentacles, and the 4 of Wands. I do need some clarification on these, Spirit. Can we please clarify these cards? We have the Queen of Wands reversed. Spirit, please clarify the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Pentacles. And let's clarify the 4 of Wands for us, please, Spirit. We have the Page of Swords. Excuse me, guys, my throat is really closing up. I need to go grab some water, so I will be right back. Okay, guys, sorry about that. These readings have gone kind of long, and this is the 4th one as well. But, okay, where were we? So, with the Moon and Queen of Wands reversed here, this is kind of about what I was just talking about. There is a lot of mirroring going on in your relationships where you guys are mirroring traits back to each other that you don't want to see in yourself. So the Moon is like, it's like creating an illusion that the thing you're afraid of in yourself is outside of yourself, when actually it's inside, okay? So some of these negative traits are just being reflected back to you in one way or another. So this is like, I don't know, this is like a call to go inside yourself, do some shadow work and discover what it is. Like, reflect back on your relationships, find out what it was that really bothered you about this person, what made you sad, what angers you about this person, and then try to see how that is mirroring back something inside yourself, okay? Because we need to address these traits or this pattern is going to continue. These other two are a little harder for me to understand, so give me a second to get the energy here. So the Ace of Pentacles with the Knight of Pentacles. That is almost like to ground yourself is almost what I'm feeling. It's almost like you're not totally grounded in your reality. And I feel like maybe that's where this need to control your environment is coming from. It's almost like for some of you, there is a persistent feeling of fear, this persistent lack of safety. And that is what's making you need to control situations in your environment, or maybe even be controlling of yourself and your own behaviors and actions to the point where it's extremely unhealthy. Okay, this is like a call to ground yourself into reality, recognize almost the safety that exists around you, because the predominant vibration of the whole universe is well-being and safety, okay? And there's actually evidence of that around you all the time. But it's almost like, and possibly because of these very toxic relationships you've been through, you've gone through a lot of experiences that have caused a feeling of non-safety, basically a feeling of fear. I feel like for maybe a very select few of you, you might even have like, you know, I wonder if you have like complex PTSD, but that's only going to apply to some of you. But there is this something inside you feels unsafe all the time. So it's like you're constantly scanning your environment to see what you can control or fix about it to make it feel more safe to you. And Spirit's trying to say they are protecting you. You are safe. If you listen to your intuition, if you listen to your guidance, it will always put you into safer situations, okay? If you ignore that intuition, you're going to find yourself in more unsafe situations where you feel the need to kind of control the environment or the people around you to bring that sense of safety. But Spirit wants you to encompass that sense of safety all the time, okay? And follow what you know is right and safe for you instead of trying to control it. And that guidance is going to come from within. It's going to come from your intuition, okay? Not this like logical, like reptilian, mammalian need to control the environment through. Okay, I'm feeling like I'm not saying that, like, don't put up safety precautions, okay? I don't want it to sound like I'm saying that. Because, like, you know, like, there are practical steps you can do and take to put yourself in a safer environment, such as leaving an abusive person or having a security system at your house or a dog or something like that. Obviously, take practical steps to keep yourself safe. But what I'm saying here is more like a vibrational, spiritual sense of safety. Okay? It's like there's wounds inside you that are making you feel fearful of your environment. And when you heal those wounds, you're going to stop, like, searching for them subconsciously, if that makes sense. You're going to stop searching for the things that just perpetuate that fear. And you're going to start seeing and vibrationally attracting situations that bring that well-being and safety to you. I hope that makes sense, okay? I hope that clears up what I was saying. I'm sorry if it doesn't. It's just a little difficult to translate everything Spirit's saying to me right now. But yeah, it's about vibrational, spiritual safety. So, like, faith in your intuition, faith in your guides, and healing old wounds that are making you feel unsafe, basically. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of the same thing, and I am being called to say, I did just say all that because some of you actually are still maybe in an unsafe environment, maybe with an abusive partner, and this is really only going to apply to a few of you, I know, but it's important to say that if you know that's you and you know that resonates, then please, you need to get yourself out of there. Your safety of yourself and your loved ones is very, very important, okay? It's very important to not put yourself in danger or be in a dangerous situation, okay? And you'll know if that resonates to you. Okay, so I'm going to pull some advice cards to end this reading for you guys. So Spirit, what final words of advice do you have for group 4 here? What final words of advice? We have the color green, okay? Spirit, what final words of advice do you have for group 3 here? Freedom. Spirit, what? And, okay, rest. So the color green is coming up because that represents the heart chakra, okay? Oh, one other thing, like a black and white cat just like came into my backyard outside this window. I don't know if that has meaning for some of you, but I feel like when animals show up when I'm doing a reading, it has meaning. So if that has meaning to any of you, that's for you. But anyway, so this color green represents the heart chakra. So I feel like there is probably an imbalance in your heart chakra. Like it's blocked in some way for you guys. And I do feel like it is related to this. These negative things inside yourself that you're not wanting to see A lot of these things, for some of you, they are wounds. They are old traumas or pains or just things that you don't want to look at. But they are just going to keep manifesting into your experience, and it is blocking the energy from flowing through your heart chakra. It's blocking you from feeling love, which is really sad because love is one of the most powerful, beautiful things a person can feel. It's blocking you from connecting with your own emotions as well as connecting with the emotions of other people. It's blocking you from maybe trusting people so you can develop solid, well-grounded, relationships based in trust and communication, okay? So it's very important that we unblock this energy. We heal these old wounds so that we can love and trust properly in a safe and happy environment. Okay, so freedom. Freedom is interesting. It's almost like this pattern is holding you guys back in some way. Obviously you feel trapped in it, but it's very related to what I was just saying. There's so many blockages in your energy and your emotions that it's not letting you freely express who you are. And by blocking out part of yourself, you can't be fully yourself. You can't be freely yourself, okay? We all have light and dark inside of us. And if you're afraid of the darkness inside of you and you don't want to look at it or address it, then you can't be free. You're not being fully yourself. You're only being a tiny little piece of who you are. This is like a need to embrace every part of yourself, basically. And in so doing, you will free your personality, you will free your soul, and you will free yourself from this pattern of people. And then rest. I do feel like, as I've been mentioning, some of this pattern has been more than just painful for some of you. For some of you, this has been a pattern of abuse. For some of you, this pattern has been exhausting. For some of you, this pattern has been just repeatedly painful, and it's like you need a break from it to heal, okay? It's like you need a break from this type of person, this type of pattern, to the point where you need to be alone for a little bit. For those of you who haven't been alone. But the message here overall is you need to take a break, and you need to take the time to heal this before you try to find relationships with other people. So whether this is romantic partnerships or friendships or colleagues at work or family members, okay? This is take a lot of time to yourself. Retreat from the world, retreat from other people, and heal this pain, okay? Because until you heal this pain, you're going to keep dealing with this pattern. And you need to take the time to do the emotional work and heal this. And I feel like once you do that, your relationships with everybody are going to go a lot more smoothly and heal. So I think that's what I have for you, Group 4. I hope this was helpful. I hope this resonated. If this resonated, please give this video a thumbs up. I'd love to know in the comments below. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I look forward to seeing you in another reading. Bye!